Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip, and I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back again. Guys, thank you. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, I'm here. I'm here for it. I'm always hungry. I'm trying to watch my weight, but I'm always hungry. Tea, coffee, matcha? What are we eating? What are we drinking? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Talk to me. Guys, Ryan Anderson did an interview almost 2 weeks ago, and I guess I didn't see it. But you know what he said? He said Gypsy did not want a quiet life. He said that he wasn't crazy about, he was asked on ET, Ryan, why didn't you guys just take your life and go away and live this quiet life? He said, well, that's kind of sort of what I wanted to do, but Gypsy wanted something more, so I guess it was a decision that we kind of stepped into together, but it was almost like written in stone that she wanted it. No, Gypsy doesn't want to be famous. She doesn't. Yeah, okay. Also, Ryan's very grateful that Gypsy said that his D was fire, because it didn't hurt him at all. But it's hard for him to watch the episodes of Life After Lockup, because he says, you know, I loved her and I see us happy. That first night we were real happy. Ryan, you got to be happier more than your first night of her freedom before Ken comes back into the picture. You got to last longer than that. So, and I don't mean last long. Apparently you're a dynamo, but you know, I agree. I don't think that Gypsy could have gotten out on jail with somebody, or out of prison with somebody who was a bartender, who drank, who didn't even live in the state, you know, because I forgot where he lived, but he doesn't live there anymore, Ken, because now he lives in Louisiana, and he's sharing his life with Gypsy Rose Blanchard, who, I don't know, he's a gutsy guy. He's a very gutsy guy, right? Because would you sleep next to her? Maybe if I had the knives all locked up or something. Guys, I got to stop playing with stuff when I talk to you, because then I hear and I'm like, man, that's me smacking my thing. Smacking my little, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Guys, what I'm saying to you on this is that Gypsy, she never, you know, Ryan says, I think that people realize that I walked into this just loving her and wanting her to be happy. Yes, Ryan, but you have to also remember that for some reason you fell for somebody who unalived her mom, who talks like she's 12 years old and looks like she's about 14. Master manipulator, used somebody to unalive her mom, and somehow you thought she was a prize. I could see where your parents might have said, hey, she ain't no prize. And I can't imagine Ken's mom saying that she's a prize for her son either. So I don't know what Gypsy has. The only thing is money, right? I don't think that Ryan wanted the money. I think that Ryan really thought that this woman was beautiful and all that. I don't know why. I don't think Gypsy's physically attractive, but what makes it worse, I can't, because of everything she's done. I can't look at her objectively and say, oh, you know, she's pretty. No, I'm never going to find her pretty, because there's so much ugly inside of her that it just exudes. The way she talks, the way she bites at people, the way she makes fun of people, you know, the way she thinks it's okay to make a recording of somebody who's unhappy with their waffles, but they don't see anything wrong with what they did to their own mom. You know, that's Gypsy Rose. Who would think in their right mind, that's my partner, look at her, that's my partner. And Ryan did. Ryan said, I saw her on the cameras, and I thought, wow, that's my wife. That's my wife. I think what's going to happen is when the show is over, when it's done filming, Ryan's going to start talking. And who knows, maybe Ryan will have his own show. Wouldn't that that would be a little ridiculous. When would we say, hey, that's enough Hollywood. Take your fucking money that you're spending on all this bullshit, and can you give it to the homeless? Can you give it to the war veterans? Could you give it to drugs abuse? Could you give it to mental health? Is there something you could do with your money better than making celebrities out of people that aren't alive people, or just nasty people? You know, so at some point we have to sit back and say, this isn't okay. And I know that, I watch the Life After Lockup so that I could report on it, to be honest with you. But why was that ever an opportunity for her? Why was any of this ever an opportunity for her? I keep singing to the choir on this one and keep it's so perplexing to wonder who thought this was a good idea. But in the meantime, as we know, there's millions of people that follow her. But again, it's to be a spectator to watch this train wreck. What would be the most surprising thing? Is there any surprising thing that Ryan would say to you that would say, oh man, Gypsy, I didn't see that coming? Is there anything besides she's a great person? Because we know she's not. And I don't think Ryan's going to say she's a great person. Once the show's over, I think Ryan's just going to tell us some stuff. I don't think he's going to owe her anything. But I do think she's playing nice until the divorce. Once the divorce is final, I think she's not going to be so nice to him. Because from my understanding, she is reaching out to him, keeping him, I don't know, just being super kind to him and caring about his feelings, though I can't understand that. I don't see where she's caring about his feelings when she's going on with Ken, because I think that's totally disrespectful. Somebody said to me, because I was like, what should Gypsy do if she was really in love with Ken, made a mistake, married Ryan, which I don't think it was a mistake. I think she intentionally did that for the reasons that I've already said. She wanted to get out, and he looked good on paper. But what happens if you really are with somebody and you find yourself with somebody else? And somebody said it's easy. You divorce, and then you go on with somebody else. That would be the thing. It would be a hard divorce. You'd have to explain yourself. But then you would wait until after the divorce to go forward. If you were to see that person, you wouldn't want to throw it in the other person's face. What did Ryan do to deserve that? That's what Gypsy has to ask herself. When she reacts because she's so reactionary, what is that person doing that I need to react the way that I react? Because, as we know, Gypsy has threatened to push the eyes of a child in the back of their head when Gypsy was probably, 6, 7 years older than that child, because that child said, how do you make your voice do that? Innocently, because the kid was so young. It was innocent. The kid didn't even realize it was a manipulation plan. Kid's not so young anymore. I'd love for that kid to come out and say, it was me that it happened to, and this is the whole situation. So that would be cool. But that person probably wants to live a private life. Guys, the point in all of this is saying that Ryan, I think, is finally getting to the point that he doesn't like looking foolish, and I think he's going to take his fucking reputation back. And Ryan, I'm all for you getting your reputation back, my friend. All for you doing it, because Gypsy's making you look stupid. Okay? She's making you look stupid, and you're not helping the situation, and I'm pretty sure you're keeping stump because of what's going on and what you signed with the Lifetime channel from Life After Lockup. But I do think we're going to hear stuff from you. I honestly hope that you don't get a show, Ryan, because that would it wouldn't look good on you. And it wouldn't look good on anybody in Hollywood. You're going to give a show to somebody maybe because their estranged wife who is in prison for unaliving their mom and getting somebody to do it for her. So she was the mastermind. So getting somebody to do it for her, treats and uses a man to get out of prison, marries him and stuff, and now we're going to hear his side of the story. You think that deserves a series? I'm not saying that there's a series. People are saying, watch, there'll be a series, there'll be a series. How desperate can Hollywood be? Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Tell me what you think. If it wasn't somebody's life like Ryan's, it would be funny. It's really not funny. I could laugh at Gypsy. I'm really not laughing at Ryan. Guys, be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Always, please, be kind. Please like, subscribe, and share. Half of you are on the fence. Come on over to our side. It's a lot more comfortable, and you know where to stand. Thanks, guys.